Yes, and thank you. I am Mr. Connolly. For those of you that don't know me, I'm broadcasting live from the sports desk, Hadley Luzerne Sports Desk, and I've got some incredible, outstanding performances from our student athletes this year. So I'm going to present the nominees and then the winner of the most outstanding performance for Hadley Luzerne this past school year. Our first nominee, wonderful young lady, Katrin Schreiner. She runs cross country and also is a Nordic skier. She's like a long distance goddess. And in Nordic skiing, Katrin placed second in section 2 and sixth at the state championship skate event this year. However, her most outstanding performance was probably just an individual gem of a performance that came in her lesser known sport. In the fall, she ran cross country and placed ninth at the Section 2 championships. But most importantly, she set a personal record that was a minute faster than anything she had ever recorded. Now, I was at that event and I happened to have my little video camera with me, and I got some great footage of Katrin running. Let me pull up the footage here. Here it is. I mean, it was just an outstanding performance. She dusted everybody. There wasn't anybody in sight. It was really amazing. So I was glad I could make that event. And good luck to Katrin. And we'll see how the voting turns out here in a second. Let's see. Our next nominee, wonderful young man, Justin Hoffman. And here we are highlighting this for you here. Despite getting caught in the Section 2 finals by a tough veteran that he had beaten earlier in the season, Justin earned a wild card berth to the state wrestling tournament. Like very, very special. And we're talking about like states here. That's amazing. And he arrived looking to make some noise against the best in the state. And he competed very admirably. He won a match and he lost two in one of the toughest brackets in the New York State tournament. I mean, there was nothing to be ashamed at there. We're talking about the state level. I was at that event. I think it was in Albany, and I had my little trusty video camera with me again. And I think I got the moment in the match that he won. Let me see if I can't pull that up real quick. Oh yes, here it is. Here's the Justin winning that wonderful match at the state championship tournament. Incredibly delivers the clothesline and just celebrated. It was amazing. The crowd went cuckoo. It was great. I'm very proud of Justin. I'm glad I could make that event. Let's see here. Let's pull up our next nominee. Our next nominee, great young man, boys basketball player, Danny McMahon. And Danny had some great moments out in the court there this year. On December 7th, last winter, he was at the Coaches for Cancer game at Fulton Montgomery Community College against Middleburg, and he had an incredible game. And then I think it was at that game against Middleburg. Yeah, he had like a ton of steals, and he put down 41 points or put up 41 points. I don't even know the expression. I'm not a basketball guy. And this was part of his total of 1,251 career points, and his 41 points in the Fort Edward game pushed him. That was a little bit later in January of this year. That pushed him into 1,000 career points club. That is an outstanding performance. I was at the Fort Edward game and had my little trusty video camera there. It was like, filming. And I think I've got some footage from that game. Let's see if I have Danny knocking down a big three here. Let's see. Yeah, the ball kicks out to him, and he's so far behind the arc, and Danny just swish, baby. It was like amazing. You couldn't believe it. Here he is dribbling down the court and putting up layups. I mean, it was just a remarkable performance. So good luck to Danny, and congratulations on being a most outstanding performance nominee. Our next nominee is Caleb Carpenter for wrestling, another wrestler. Fantastic. Great season from the wrestling program. And Caleb, man, he is tenacious and relentless. He is this incredible young man with his spirit. And this season, he was very consistent also. At the Section 2 championship, in Caleb's final match, which would decide third or fourth place, he showed his mettle. He was down significantly in the second period of the match, and he fought back to victory and secured his third place spot on the Section 2 podium. That is fantastic, right? Like a make it or break it type situation. And he made it. I have got the video from, the old trusty video camera. Got some video here of Caleb getting it done that day. Here he is in the red, blue. He's in the red. He's in the red here, and he's grappling and fighting tenaciously. He's really amazing, hanging in there, as the announcer said. Fantastic. So a great job, Caleb. You're going to win this match. And he's on the attack almost the whole way, and he wins the match incredibly, and secures that third spot on the podium. Fantastic. Let's see. Our next athlete, back over here, Michael LeBrake for varsity golf. Mike could not have picked a better time for his outstanding performance. I mean, for one, you're reading it, right? I mean, it's against Lake George, right? Arch rival Lake George. Anytime you play Lake George, big deal. Further, not only was it just Lake George, it was an Adirondack League championship match, right? And Hadley Luzerne was not a favorite. We had lost to Lake George earlier in the year, and so Mike went into this match and we were underdogs, right? And in the final scoring match, Mike played 5-man out of 5, and in the final scoring match, he'd fallen way behind. He's like 3 points down with only 4 holes left to get the points. And the team needed a win or a tie to win the Adirondack League championship. It was over, right? Hadley Luzerne was done. It was all over. But Mike LeBrake wasn't done. It was not over. He came roaring back with this amazing putt on the 8th green, and that would tie the match and eventually win the title for him and his team. So let's see. I was there. I was coaching, and I had look at the old video camera going, and I think I just captured. I had to go back, and I think I captured that magical putt on the 8th hole. Let's see if I got it. Oh yes, here it is. It's just everybody for the putt. Oh my God. Shivers. Every time it shivers. Every time I watch that Adirondack League Championship match, I get shivers. It's incredible. Way to go, Mike. And that brings us, I believe, to our final nominee. If we could recapture that screen here at the old sports desk. Our final nominee, Michael Fuss, also for wrestling. And Mike, great kid. Have him in class. He's a leader on and off the mat. His wrestling improved every day. He was a hard worker. He was wrestling his best heading to that Section 2 championship. And in his first match, Mike re-injured his knee. And that was a bad timing, right? Daunting circumstances. But yet he finished the match and won in dramatic fashion. And I'll tell you what, I was there that day with the old video camera, and the Civic Center crowd, they understood what he had done, and it was just amazing. They acknowledged his bravery. I don't think I've ever seen it in high school sports. Just this huge round of applause here. I caught it on video, that moment there. There they are. Yeah. And Mike, you can't see Mike down on the mat, but he was he's really into it. And the crowd truly appreciated the performance. Okay. So now we will proceed. Those are your nominees. Let's proceed to the award winner. And the winner for most outstanding performance by a Hadley Luzerne athlete this school year was it's Caleb Carpenter. Congratulations, Caleb. That is fantastic. Amazing performance. And with that, I would like to hand it over to Denise and Andrea for the Senior Athlete Awards. Thanks, guys.